Hello everybody, I'm Kevin Muno, CEO of Montado Farms, and I'm a young farmer here in San Diego County. I couldn't be more excited to introduce to you today a completely new model of agriculture for our California Mediterranean climate. As I've been farming over the past few years, I've come across some very alarming facts about how we farm on the broad scale for our staple food crops and the effects that it has on our environment. Across the U.S., in broad-scale agriculture today, we focus on three main crops: corn, soy, and wheat. Those crops are all annual plants. With annual plants and inherent in growing them, we have to till the soil every year. With constant tillage of our soils, we burn up the organic matter and we lose topsoil every year. Eventually, these farming practices lead to desertification. An ancient example of this is the lush lands of the Fertile Crescent transformed into the deserts of modern-day Iran and Iraq. And a more recent example from the 21st century is the ecological disaster of the Dust Bowl in the Great Plains. The oak savanna of California provides the model for our farming system. In that farming system, there are 6 different layers, 4 of which are evidenced in this landscape right here. We have our tall canopy tree layer, which is evidenced by the oak. We have our shrub layer, we have our grass layer, and we have our small to medium-sized tree layer, which is evidenced by the small trees in the back of this landscape. 2 of the layers that are not shown here in this landscape are our vining layer, which grow up our canopy layer trees, as well as our bramble layer, which grow out from our small to medium-sized trees. Montado Farms' design structure is twofold: water management features and mimicking nature with our planting schemes. Our water management features are based off the keyline design process. The keyline design process allows us to capture every single raindrop that falls onto our farm. It takes the water from the wetter valleys, where water naturally accumulates, to the drier ridges of our farm. This is accomplished via a swale or a ditch in the soil that falls on a 1% downslope from the valley to the ridges. In redirecting the water throughout our land, we recharge the groundwater table and give extra amounts of water to our perennial plants. In our farming system, we replace what naturally occurs in nature with food-producing crops. Our model for this system is the 3-dimensional California oak savanna. We will plant oaks and chestnuts for our canopy layer, fruit trees for our mid-story layer like the olive and pomegranate trees, hazelnuts for our shrub layer, raspberries and cane fruit for our bramble layer. Grasses will naturally occur in the landscape through the rows of our trees, and for our vining layer we will plant grapes, which will grow up our oaks and chestnuts and small fruit trees. The final step to mimicking nature in our farming system is adding the animals to the landscape. These animals will be rotationally grazed on the grasses in between our trees and provide fertilizer and pest management for the whole farm. Our permaculture farming system has major benefits beyond just restoring our native ecosystems. Right off the top, the business benefit is that this design system costs 50% less than conventional monoculture farms. It has been documented to use 75% less water in the landscape and have the potential to completely drought-proof our farm. It can produce twice the amount of human food calories per acre compared to corn and soybean monocultures. And lastly, this design system can produce a perennial source of biofuels to help fuel our farming equipment and local economies. We're ready to take the next step in our journey for bringing this new model of agriculture to California. We have a team of experienced and excited individuals comprised of farmers and PhDs ready to break ground on a piece of land here in San Diego. We need your help in partnering with us on this project. Whether you contribute $1 or $1,000, you'll be part of bringing positive change to our food system here in California. We really believe Montado Farms is the next step on this journey.